So I used to work at an outdoor ranch called Pinto Valley down in Fitzroy Harbor. I worked there as a guide for just like simple day tours on the horses. Often as a woman guide, I'd be by myself if I had a group under 10. A lot of the time there was a lot of male clients, older male clients, even younger cowboy male clients, and they often didn't enjoy that a girl was leading them on a trip. They'd either try and directly just go against what I would say for safety, or they would try and like run past me on their horses as they were so badass and such cowboys, and I got a lot of disrespect, and it got bad enough that at one point I always had to have a male escort in the back when I would be doing big trips with a lot of men, especially since some of the older men, generationally, just didn't really understand a woman that worked outside. So that was my experience with harassment in the industry.
The boss there, he was basically a dick. There were only 3 girls that worked there, and it was like a canoe rental place in downtown Ottawa, which is fucking bullshit anyways. But he would, like, there was a time where we had to, like, empty out all of the pedal boats. And he was like, oh, you girls aren't strong enough, like, you can't do this, like, because the boats were filled with water, but, like, there was 4 of us, like,
and you're capable.
We're 100% capable, like, I was stronger than some of the guys that worked there, so I was like, I'm gonna try, and I did it, and he didn't even apologize. He was like, oh, you're stronger than I thought, and then, yeah, so I quit. I quit there, and then went back to Ontario Parks.
This mentality that I'm the boss, and he had said it before, like someone had suggested something, and he said, I'm the boss, you don't need to worry about that. And yeah, he just had that boss mentality.
Oh, hi. Didn't see you there. So you want to talk about women, eh? Well, the prejudice towards women has long prevailed, even now in 2018. It has remained a common theme in everyday life and among every industry. As we approach our career in the outdoor industry, we really see it around every corner. These mindsets are passed down and are ingrained in society. Society's portrayal of women is often as the weaker sex, and is incorrect and has proven to be false numerous times. Women continue to smash this theory in the outdoor industry. They're climbing harder, they're paddling harder, and they're kicking butt. Just ask Annika. This qualifies as an ethical dilemma because it is simply discrimination against half of our population. In the outdoor industry, the lines between work and play are blurred, often because people are living where they're working. And even though it's a professional career, it's not seen as such. Sex, drugs, and alcohol are prevalent in this industry and often have an influence on this, because often the guide wants to be viewed as fun. As stated in our article, women have to be better than men in order to be considered equal. So that's just some food for thought.
So, feminism. Feminism is the fight for women's rights to equalize the sexes. Based on this definition, the solution to our problem is to essentially change the mindset of individuals. This means an entire society mind shift, or change in society. This does not mean women get special treatment or that we're here to put down men. It simply means that women deserve equal economic, political, and social rights, including being able to steer a raft during a bachelor party. More companies should hire based on skill and qualification, disregarding the sex entirely. Women are not here to simply fill a quota. They should be seen as equal members of the team, and in our article, a woman was given the position of TL, trip leader, simply because she was a woman. This is not right. The positions and promotions should be given out based on merit alone and regardless of our anatomy.
Equality is giving everyone a fair chance to succeed, regardless of how they look. Fairness goes hand in hand with this, and is very important for social policy. In the article, the women were often given less trips on the river as the raft guide, as well were chosen last as a guide by clients. Therefore, a plausible solution would be to give everyone who is a certified raft guide the same opportunities to guide. Obviously, first-year guides will get less trips than their more superior higher-ups, but however, it should not be less than that of their male counterpart. Furthermore, clients should not be allowed to choose their guide because this just further encourages prejudice.
So, your duty as a human being is to treat others how you would like to be treated. Therefore, the treatment of these women in the outdoor industry is directly opposite to this. No man wants to be harassed 24/7 or demeaned in front of their coworkers and clients. In this article, a young raft guide was actually smacked across the butt by one of her coworkers. Her response was to smack him across the face. Ultimately valid. However, the male guide reported her before she had a chance to report him, and she was berated because of this. She felt like she had to keep quiet in order to not make any enemies at the company. Companies need to take more responsibility for their female guides. It is no secret that women get treated differently, and especially in a relaxed environment like rafting, it is even more prominent. Male guides or any employee who harasses another employee should be held accountable. This means investigating a situation when it arises and ensuring that you create a safe space where people can come talk to the boss about uncomfortable situations.
It is incredible how we have not been in the outdoors industry very long, yet we can see how women are treated differently. It is not just males treating females differently either. Even females do it to other females. It is ingrained in our brains due to societal gender norms that have been taught to us since a young age. Sex, size, and body type are all things that we judge each other's abilities on.
It's not even men, though, that are the only ones susceptible to this. Even myself. During fall camp, I had Tiff, who's 5'2", maybe even shorter, as our raft guide. And my first thought was, oh no, I have this tiny girl. We're definitely gonna flip. I'm gonna swim, and that's gonna suck. Turns out, my prejudice was very, very wrong. Tiff's a badass whitewater guide, and she's amazing. But things are starting to change. Even with this year's Golden Globes, everyone wore black to raise awareness about sexism in Hollywood. And sexism in our industry is being brought to awareness now. Even the men in our program, the guides of tomorrow, are starting to be more aware of this.
But I just think that that's like wrong, and you shouldn't be jumping to conclusions that it's because of someone's sex or gender or what have you that you should be discriminated against because of the work. Anyways, wasn't her fault, and yeah.
So do you think like a lot of women still face harassment even today, like in 2018?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Actually, my girlfriend's in a course about women and children's advocacy, so she's all about that, and she educates me from time to time because me being a white man, I'm not the best example of support. I don't really have the outlook that you might have or others might have. So, I'm constantly learning, and that's the main thing.
So what do you think would get more men involved in the movement?
I think just working with more women. That might just be a problem of the hiring process of, like Ma and Pa, and the Pa is the one doing the hiring or something like that, and doesn't want a lot of women in the industry, or maybe it's, just getting out of those old ways. And I think, breaking down the barriers and moving through the old walls, so to speak, and breaking down those walls would be one step towards going to the future.